When you're practice, whatever it is, 15, 16, a lot of sore bodies, and so, but guys work through it real well, focused.
You're 2 days off your scrimmage. Have you had a chance to sort that out and figure out what that means to your depth chart and some of that stuff?
We actually will probably meet later today on some of that. We'll have to see if we're really going to scrimmage on Monday. The schedule for next week may change completely.
Is that because of bodies?
Just because, yeah. If we can't get quality out of it, then there's really no use in doing it. So, and if we're too big, we just have to see how people end up healing up.
Where's things stand at right guard right now? Is
Adcock's there.
Are you feeling like you've got your 5 guys perhaps, or I know you want 7 or 8, but
as of right now, if we played tomorrow, those 5 would be the starters.
Adcock
right.
And who are the guys who are kind of moving in those 2 or 3 or 4 spots that you want behind them to rotate through?
Well, Gibson's still in the rotation. Tyndall is in the rotation. Some of the young guys, I think, Stephen Moore and Cochran, are right there. We're still working Freddie a little bit, to still bring him along.
Cochran moved up because Adcock is going to be playing guard, so he's become this possibly your number 2 center.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It would be, it would be either Adcock moving back to center, or Rigsby could go in at center, or whether we're going to put Cochran in there.
Does Tagovailoa look like he could play this season, or are you still sort of waiting on him to see?
We're still waiting to see.
Yeah.
We're still waiting to see. He does some good things, but speed of the game, he's got to get used to the speed of the game.
Is that the physical speed of the game, or just figuring out what to do?
Probably a little bit of both, and sometimes figuring out what to do has something to do with the physical, the paralysis piece of not quite exactly knowing, so you're a little, 1 step slow or something like that. But he's working hard at it. He does some good things.
I know we probably we weren't supposed to see it, but I did see him with the 2 line. Is he making strides in that area?
Who's this?
Tagovailoa.
What's the question? He's with the 2 line.
Yeah. What did you see to put him with the 2 line?
Well, there is no such thing as 3s anymore.
Okay.
So the 3s are rotating with the 2s.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's tightening the rotation.
Yeah, there's no such thing as 3s anymore. We're to the point where there's definitely no 3. There's no 2s on the D line even. So we're definitely not at 3s.
Barely have enough 1s.
Right, exactly. So, that's where we are. So some of the 3s are rotating in with the 2s.
What have you seen out of Cochran? I mean, as a freshman, as a center, other than the quarterback, that's the guy who pretty much has to know.
Yeah, actually,
the
the mental part of the game he's doing really well with. Again, it's just the physical part and continuing to grow, and he's got a ball in his hand, so the snap is obviously key, and so just all those things, thinking and snapping and then executing. The center has a little bit more to do than those other guys do.
And where does Okafor fit in all this?
Okafor is making progress, but as of right now, he would not be in the mix.
How's Capote doing at him?
He's doing fine. He's doing fine.
What do you like from him out there?
He's quick. He uses his hands really well. He runs to the ball. He's got a lot of experience. Plays hard. So everything he brings to you inside, he brings to you outside as well.
When will you be back in the stadium for another mini practice or partial practice?
What is today?
Friday.
I think it's going to be Saturday.
25th?
I think it's Saturday afternoon, the second part of practice.
Tomorrow.
What's today?
Friday.
Probably tomorrow.
Okay.
So that would be like the team stuff, the 11s on 11s, and 7s
Yeah,
on 7s.
we'll do all the beginning of practice using all the gear, all the sleds and all the equipment that we need to use out here, and then for teamwork we'll go down there where we don't need any equipment.
Just so guys kind of get used to what the backgrounds look like when they're,
well, just
what
everything.
spots.
Fall on the ground. We didn't fall on the ground yesterday. We just ran around and got our footing, So, but the field's great. I mean, it's just like any other field. It's great. It seems to me to be more spacious. So you like to do some red zone and kind of feel where there's spatial awareness on where things are and stuff like that. So we'll try to get some work with that.
When you coach falling down, like, all right, everyone, jump in the air and then drop.
No, we'll play football, and we'll play football when they go to the ground. They'll go to the ground. But I don't expect it. I don't expect it to be any different than any other field, really. Yesterday we We really test to see how the balls bounce, you know, because different fields bounce differently, you know, on kicks and things like that. So we're just, you know, trying to simulate as much as we can, you know, really what's going on.
The one thing that at least some people know is the video boards on the field. Do you think that'll be any kind of a distraction?
I haven't seen it yet, but we will have a day where we will go in there. Actually, probably the next time we're in there, we're going to make sure we try to have all the video boards up and running, so I can say, okay, everybody stop, take a look. That's what it looks like. That's what that looks like. So in the game, you don't need to stop and look, right? You know what it looks like.
Till it's them on the video board.
Well,
I'm talking about like the runners
no,
on
but
field
that's
level.
what I'm saying. I don't think that that's going to be a problem. Typically, before, the first time we had that, we found that they took time they were watching what was going on here, and then it was fourth down, and they're supposed to be up there on the pad to go in. You know, so we had to, you got to practice. As ridiculous as that sounds,
Kids like looking in a mirror.
we got to practice. Hey, don't look at the board. You know,
You gotta act like you've been there before.
Yeah, you know. So we're going to try to make sure that what we're filming in practice of the guys playing actually is up on the board. I don't know if they're going to be able to get that done in time, but that would be great. What we're filming in practice goes on the board, so
it'll be actually practicing, not looking.
Trying to practice everything that would be like a game time situation.
Will the 25-second clock be in the same location where it's been in the past, you know?
I don't know. We're going to find that out too. We're going to get that going.